Sagittarius, what are some July messages for Sagittarius, please? Eight of Pentacles. Tell me more. What are some messages for Sagittarius for July? Okay, let's see here. We have the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Wands in reverse. So it seems like you're really frustrated about something that's been making you anxious, Sagittarius. Something that has you really working on your daily routines. It seems like you're like persevering with certain like skill sets that you've been trying to like lock in on. I don't know if this is like, this might be pertaining to work. It seems like something has you very anxious and on the defensive. Like you need to keep working hard and persevere in your daily routines and upping your skill set. Why do you feel so anxious though? What's going on? Tell me more. Tell me more for Sagittarius for the month of July. Queen of Wands. King of Cups in reverse. Tell me more. Two of Swords in reverse. Tell me more for Sagittarius, please. Four of Cups. Page of Swords. Okay. Let's read this for you, Sag. With the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups, right? It seems like you're very determined to accomplish something. Which is already like tying into the first two cards that came out for your reading. I see that you're very like enthusiastically determined about something that you've been very much like very obsessed with. I'm not sure what this is about. I'm getting that like with the King of Cups in reverse, it's more like you're not really you're more focused on one thing and giving to this one thing. And you're very determined in achieving this one thing. Like a lot of your fire energy is really coming out on this specific like certain situation that you've been focusing on. I see with that Two of Swords and then the Four of Cups in reverse. You become more detached from other things in your life right now. It's like there's only one thing that really matters to you, and you're giving all your attention to this one thing, and not really so like more so to other things in your life, because it seems like you already things became very clear to you suddenly regarding this particular situation that you're starting to take action on, and you're not going back. There's no other option. Like there might have been other options, but you're not going for it. You're very clear on what you want, and you're very much determined to complete this goal of yours, whatever this is, whether this is a project, whether this is like something in regards to your job, or maybe it's a particular situation where you had to make a decision. Like something became very clear to you and you're like, no, I'm not going to change my mind over this. And you're really detached from other things around you because you've been focusing on this thing. It's giving like, I'm locked in and I'm not gonna like stray away from this one thing. Like I've made up my mind. With the Page of Swords followed by the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and that Knight of Wands, I see that like you're very energetic too. A lot of positive energy. I think you might be very restless too. You might be like also very talkative, more so than you usually are. You might be. I feel like this is a project or like work, but I think like this is something that happens with you often because the Wheel of Fortune talks about like something that comes into play and like repeats itself. Um, I feel like you might have some unfinished business. And also with that Wheel of Fortune, there's always like good and bad things that happen in a cycle. And I think you're like you just like, either you're in or you're like leaving the negative part of the cycle of whatever this is. And it's going to be repeating itself soon. because it's like this is a test, like a test that the universe is giving you, and so um, it seems like you're really like distracted. Be careful of being a bit like careless while you're being distracted. It's interesting because I see that you're like in one part of your reading, you're very determined and focused and locked in, and like very like you have a lot of perseverance in like whatever decision you had made towards the situation. But then there seems like there's a point where you might get a little detached and restless, and something is going to happen, or like it's already happening, where it's like a little bit of like chaos and misfortune. I don't know if you're like dealing with issues or you dealt with issues, but I see that you're rushing and you might be a bit careless because you were distracted about something with that Nine of Wands in reverse. Like, I think that's important to you. You don't want to like lose focus. Like, it's because you know that once you lose focus, things start slipping up. And you know that like it's better that you stay focused and just look at that one thing and not be distracted by other things until like this cycle is completed. Very vague, your reading for July. But let's go into your hidden factors, Sagittarius. Hidden factors for Sagittarius for the month of July. What are some hidden factors for Sagittarius for the month of July? We have the Knight of Wands coming again, but this time upright next to the Ace of Cups. Tell me more for hidden factors for Sagittarius. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Nine of Wands upright. Two of Wands. Strength card. The Emperor in reverse. Heavy Aries energy. Some Leo energy. Eight of Wands. Two of Cups. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. Okay, let's read this for you, Sagittarius. Okay, hidden factors. Starting in this corner, we have the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Cups, right? So I see that, like, with the Knight of Wands, in terms of your hidden factors for July, it seems like you're very energetic and excited about a new opportunity. This could be a love opportunity. It could also be like a socialing, like you're socializing with someone new that has you very energetic. But this could also be a new beginning in general to something that makes you feel very happy and excited. It's like you're starting to open your mind to new things. And because of that, I see like this new like chapter beginning for you soon that's going to be making you very excited. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, followed by that Nine of Wands. There is a part of you though that that's like you're a little cautious. Like, be cautious about being like overly ambitious about something. Like, if you're meeting someone new that has you very excited, Sagittarius, or like there's like a new opportunity where you find yourself really really like enthusiastic, just be careful of like becoming a little too ungrounded. Like, you don't want to be a little jealous or like possessive over a situation that hasn't really come into fruition. Um, or like you get carried away with like how you're feeling, that you're not really like grounded with what is really happening. Like, I think there's a part of you gets a little cut up with your emotions, and then like you lose kind of like your grounding on the situation. Um, but I do see here like there is a part of you that's a bit of drained of energy from this situation as well. This is very interesting because it's like first you're excited, then you're drained. But I see that you're very much guarded at the same time. You've been guarded for a while, but like this time you're like peeking through to see like what's out there. And so like you're putting yourself out there again, which is a big move in itself. With the High Priestess coming in next to that Four of Wands, I do think that um, whoever this person is that's coming in, whether this is a romantic interest or a new friend or an opportunity to like socialize, um, it seems like you are very much like trying to figure out this person. You're trying to figure out some hidden emotions that might be there. They come off very mysterious, but I think like what is happening here is also like with the High Priestess. You definitely have to trust your intuition, your gut feeling when it comes to the situation, because this person, whoever this person is, it seems like they have some like unresolved conflict, either with family or friends or like with people. And I think that's something that you're very curious about is like what kind of stuff or what kind of like issues that this person might have with with others. Um, like you might get a sense that maybe this person is like distracted and upset and maybe distant. Um, and at some point you might think it's you, but it's not. It's about something else. Whether it's like personal issues with family or friends or like even in a community space. Like this is like something in regards to something else. Maybe even like some issues with work or finances, or maybe they had an argument recently. But like it seems like I think there's like someone coming in that looks like a new like love interest to you, and like you get really excited here and a little jealous about who this person's talking to or surrounding themselves with. Um, and you're guarded, of course, but like you're coming out of your shell to really like put yourself out there for this person. But like there's so much things, like there's so many mysterious things about this person that you just don't know how to read them right. But with these cards coming to play, it's saying like trust your gut feeling, but just understand this person might have some issues elsewhere that's not with you. It's like it could be a personal issue with family or friends or even at work. Um, but also like keep your options open. I see with that two of wands, you're definitely keeping your options open, and maybe there's like a new path coming in. Like I'm seeing a fork in your road right now. Either like you continue down this route, or you're keeping yourself open to other opportunities. But overall, I see that like you're definitely considering other paths, and there's a lot of like restlessness but enthusiasm about you regarding your new opportunities coming your way and new like paths coming in alignment. Um, and I know that's kind of scary. Like should you explore the unknown, right? But with the strength card coming in, I do see that the cards are encouraging you to have courage. Um, go out there, but like be disciplined with yourself, be like assertive with yourself, and just understand like give yourself some grace, be patient, don't rush things, and just like move with confidence. Even though like it might be the unknown, you never know what good things lies within the unknown, right? Then you have the Emperor coming in reverse. Now I do see with the Emperor and then the Eight of Swords, I definitely see someone coming into like your reading for July, Sagittarius, someone who has like a very like strong presence. This is someone who has like a very much like controlling like personality, and they can be very stubborn. Um, I don't know if this is somebody that you already know that is coming into play and trying to like basically like ruin your vibe. But I see that like with this Eight of Swords, like I feel like you know this person. Like this is a person that like you've escaped from before, and you're just like you don't want them to take control of you. Like this person's trying to take control over you, and you're like, no, absolutely not. Like I see that like you have a lot of mental strength in like resolving this issue with this person. I have a feeling like someone's been very possessive with you. This is like past energy though. I'm not sure who this is, but they're trying to come back in your life, and you're just like not having it. Like you already escaped that point, and you're like taking control over your life. You're not letting this person try to take control over you. And it seems like you made up your mind over it, you know, with the Two of Swords coming in and that Six of Cups. Yeah, this is definitely somebody from your past. That Six of Cups is giving past energy. And like, you know, like part of you is a little conflicted though when this person comes into your reading. It seems like this is someone that you have some like past memories, but like the reason why you're having a little difficulty on deciding on what to do with this situation when it happens is because you start remembering the good memories that you have with this person. And then it develops this level of like nostalgia and yearning. And it makes you wonder, like, you know, like, damn, like, should I go back to that, or should I like remember who this person really is? And it's like basically like you have to make a painful choice, but there is a point where you feel very conflicted when this person comes in. I think this might be somebody that you're so like that has made a big impact on you. And maybe this is like a breakup for some of you Sagittarius out there. Maybe like you have been in this connection with somebody and you're like recently broken up with them and you want to like try something new and you're excited for trying new things, but like it seems like this person tries to come back in and ruin that for you, and you're like, no, I don't really want to be with this person because I can't stand them being so controlling, and I finally like have my freedom, but like they want to come back and take that over again and remind me of like, I feel like this person's trying to be very manipulative too, talking about the past and such and good memories, and you like, yeah, like you have good memories, but like those are in the past, and you're like, there's a reason why you're in the past and not in the present, okay? But it's definitely like a test, definitely testing you here. um with this Page of Cups though, um you're a bit sensitive this month, Sagittarius. I'm getting like you're in like a lot of your raw emotions about the situation, and you know you're feeling sensitive because you're like in this like dreamer mode, you know, and you have this level of loyalty that you have when it comes to people and your relationships. Like sometimes you dream of a better like connection and hope that you can establish that. Like part of you doesn't want to let go of that, but like this is not the reality of things. It's what you hope for, but it's like it's not really what it is. And so like I feel like that's why you're trying to stay focused on your decisions, because you know yourself and you know how like you can fall back on like good times. I'm wondering if you could work past your differences. But yeah, that's your hidden reading for the month of July. Let's move on to your advice. Okay, advice for Sagittarius. What are some advice for Sagittarius for the month of July? What are some advice for Sagittarius for the month of July? Okay, we got the Three of Pentacles in reverse, followed by that Seven of Cups in reverse, and the Sun card. Tell me more. What are some advice that we can give Sagittarius for the month of July? What are some advice for Sagittarius? So we have the King of Swords in reverse, followed by that Knight of Wands. Tell me more. Tell me more advice for Sagittarius. Okay, we got the Seven of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles again in reverse. And then the Knight of Swords. Okay, let's read this. So, as always, for this advice section, I will be reading the descriptions of each card so that you have more context. And then when I'm done with that, I will try to interpret the overall message here for you, for your advice, okay? So starting with this card, we do have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So, miscommunication or ego is blocking the progress. The Three of Pentacles reverse says collaborations require trust, not competition. Step back, listen, and rebuild bridges. Great results come from working together, not apart. So, yeah, talking about like working together. Then we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So this means that distractions are starting to fade, leaving only what's real. This card is a sign that you're ready to step out of the haze and make clear, grounded choices. It's time to take action and move forward with intention. Then you have the Sun card upright. Happiness, joy, and confidence are shining through. The sunlight The sun lights everything up and reminds you to let yourself feel good. Everything is falling into place. Enjoy it and trust your own success. Then you have the King of Swords. You've been stuck in your head trying to control what you can't control. The King of Swords reverse says you need to step back, let go, and trust that not every decision requires perfect logic. Then you have the Knight of Wands. Passion and energy are fueling you to go forward. The Knight of Wands encourages bold action, but stay focused. Enthusiasm is powerful, but remember pacing yourself will ensure long-term success. And then you have the Seven of Wands in reverse. You're questioning if the fight is worth it. The Seven of Wands reverse says not every battle deserves your energy. Letting go isn't weakness, it's choosing peace and protecting your well-being. And then here you have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. You've lost the passion and it's showing. The Eight of Pentacles reverse says the grind feels empty now. Remember why you started or admit it's time to let go. Life's too short to stay in work that drains you. And then here you have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is all action, no breaks. Your ambition is powerful, but are you thinking things through? Slow down, stay aware, and make sure your drive isn't causing damage or becoming reckless along the way. Okay, so overall interpretation for your advice, Sagittarius. So I do think that when it comes to some conflicts that you might be dealing, there might be some miscommunications or like there's someone's ego that is getting in the way of that. What's important is like teamwork, collaboration, and just overall like communication, taking accountability where it's due. And I think like if you're upset about something or with someone, like it's good to take a break if you're angry, but don't like completely avoid the subject. It's best to be an adult about things and just come forward and talk through things, because there could be a lot of misalignment that is happening not with you but also with the other person, and whatever issues like is going on, it's best to communicate. And if things still don't work out after that point, then at least you know you tried, right? But this is also a good card showing like that whatever has been distracting you is also kind of like leaving, and like you're able to focus more on what's really important to you. And once that happens, you're gonna notice like you feel a little bit lighter, things are a bit brighter, and like you're gonna have this sense of like fulfillment and joy after that point in this month. But also with this card, the King of Swords in reverse, it's also saying like you're kind of stuck in your head and you can't be controlling everything around you. It's best to like just step back and trust that like not everything has to be perfect. You know, sometimes there's a lot of like, you know, good things that come out of things that aren't perfect. And it's best to like let go of things that are outside of your control. Only focus on what's on your control and don't force things to be under your control. Also, I do see that you're very passionate. There's a lot of like passion and energy and determination, and like I'm feeling it. It's not just in this particular spread, but also in the other spreads. Like throughout this whole reading, you've been having a lot of determination and positive energy that's fueling you, and I'm getting a lot of it being shown here in this Knight of Wands. Enthusiasm is powerful, but just remember to pace yourself, especially if like the goal that you're working on is going to be long term. Like you want to pace yourself just right and not over like do it. Okay. And I also see here that like there are some issues that you're like fighting for, but like it's best to like question whether or not it's worth it. You know, not every fight is worth fighting. Sometimes like choosing your peace and protecting your well-being is more important than arguing with someone and winning the fight. And you know, if you ever feel like you're losing your passion in your daily routine, always remind yourself on why you started in the first place. And if you need to like revisit like the past memories or like things that like really like get you going and motivate you, do so. because there's going to be a point where you feel like, you know, like you kind of like lost like that thrive. So be careful of that. And I think that's also there's a reason why this came out right after this, because maybe like especially these two cards, you feel this way. Maybe you have like this burnout and you're going through so many fights, and like it's not, some fights are just not worth it. You don't have a lot of energy because like eventually you start wearing out and you're wondering why you're even bothering in the first place. Like, always remind yourself on why you started, and pick and choose where you invest your time and energy into, because you don't want to burn out and completely like fall apart, because then all your progress in achieving your goals, go out the window, and you don't want to like risk that. um but also, like, here with the Knight of Swords, like there's something interesting about this where it's like, the Knight of Swords all about action and no breaks. Your ambition is powerful, but are you thinking things through? It's like, slow down, stay awake, make sure your drive isn't causing damage or becoming reckless along the way. Like, that's the thing too. Like, you want to make sure everything's in moderation. You don't want to be too determined, like too enthusiastic, but you also don't want to like go hard in every direction. Like, whether it's like, something positive, or like if you're fighting with someone, or you're arguing with someone, or like whatever. Like, you want to make sure that you're keeping moderate energy flows so that you're not going to experience any burnout, because I sense that you might have a burnout soon later this month. But yeah, that's your advice, Sagittarius. I hope that resonated, and if it did, I hope it helps you in moving forward.